impressive throughout. It's the litmus test, really, of
Mhm.
maps.
Yeah, yeah. You got to see, how acidic you are,
Yeah,
or how basic.
yeah. Alkaline trio. Here in the top left-hand corner map, starting all the way to the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE. We have the red Tazug player coming down from the land of Brazil. He is returning. He is extractor tricking. He is the return of the king. He is going to be representing himself. We have Erik.
And spawning in, I love how enthusiastic you were with that name. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Chilean Protoss, the blue Protoss, representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is Tailon.
And for a litmus test, this is gonna give Tailon a lot of info. Nice little hatchery block getting going on over here.
Yeah.
And we'll see. Let's pull first with gas.
Thankfully, Tailon does scout. It's not just a pull first, mate. We got a proxy hatch.
Yeah, love to see it. Tailon gonna have to pull some probes. I say pull some probes, Tailon.
So, Erik was doing this every single ZvP that we casted earlier this in ESL Americas, every single one, and it was pretty interesting to see the how Protoss players reacted to it, because a lot of them did just this. They didn't pull probes, instead they chronoed out a zealot. They made sure they made a wall around the hatchery, so even if the hatchery gets cancelled, like, there's still, a way to block the links from flooding in.
Yeah, a really good way of going about it. I am a little worried for Tailon, though. I think that if Erik times this out perfectly, then he should be able to seek his links in.
I mean,
that's a very massive wall, and there's not a probe nearby to be able to, get a block on. But now here we have it. The probe is in position, Light.
Oh, I'm so surprised that Zealot was able to get away. I was about to say that the Zealot is in a prime position to get surrounded. In the end, it looks like these two Zealots are going to try and hold the wall. The Zealots are close to going down.
One might go down, but the micro coming up from Tailon, even utilizing the probe over there. Very good hold coming out from a blue Protoss player, not losing anything.
I am legitimately impressed. I have seen pro players who get paid to play this game hold worse than that. I've seen earlier this week we saw that. But wow, yeah, really well done.
Time to call people out.
Nina. Nina held fine against this. Oh god, but yeah, I'm impressed. And now Erik, he's forced back. To be fair, Erik, he did deal some damage in the sense that, like, he delayed a lot of tech. He forced 2 gateways. He forced 2 zealots to be made.
And he's sort of keeping Tailon back for quite a while. As you said, the tech was delayed for a long time, and Tailon really want to be relying on that Stargate to have any sort of map presence. Erik, he's feeling comfortable. He's feeling confident enough to go up to 3 bases, a 3-base Zerg player this early on. I mean, we'll see how hard he drones. I did not know there's a supply cap here from Tailon.
Yeah. You know what, the Zealots, they were too busy chasing that one drone around. That could have been the job of one of these Zealots. The other one could have been at the wall, but it was not, and these things do slip into the natural.
Yeah, getting a couple of probes over here, which frees up some supply for Tailon, funnily enough. And yeah, another links are getting back into position. Will spot that it is a Void Ray and not an Oracle. So again, Erik, I mean, he's going to be a bit more careful with his Overlords, but other than that, he is going to be feeling very comfortable to macro up and get to the next stage of the game. How
exactly
does he want to deal with double Stargate, though? I think is going to be the question.
Like,
Is he a Hydra player?
from what I've seen, Erik, he is not one to go into that macro game. You know, he's more of a solo player, right? Like, he goes for these timing pushes to end the game. So, as you were getting into, like, I'm really curious to see what exactly does he have planned for us. I also imagine, like, some kind of Hydra push. We'll see. We'll see. As he has a decent amount of queens to at least defend against the initial Void Ray.
Well, what about the initial gateway units coming his way? It ain't gonna be the Void Ray line. Actually, the Queen's fine.
The Queens should be fine. I mean, he's trying to get on top of one of them, and it's getting kind of low. There's no energy for transfuse.
Oh, and it does, in fact, go down. Erik, he's gotta be pretty mad about that. Wanted as much anti-air as he could muster here. And now it's just that much weaker. The lair is on the way. Some roaches come down. Like the approach Erik is taking, it's going to take a while for him to get Hydras out. So you might as well pressure with some roaches. I think that's how he's thinking.
Game paused.
Oh. Exactly. As we are getting a bit of a pull, there are a couple of lings on the way. I do find it interesting that Tailon did split up his Void Rays, one to the north and one to the south, instead of both kind of coming together and going towards the main, which is what we typically see. I guess maybe hunting for overlords.
Yeah, I think that was the idea here. Mi mouse fala!
Do you wanna unpause? I'll kind of sin.
Okay. I'm not a ref.
Okay. Without all these guys, man. I heard you press the button as well. I heard the keyboard on. You got picked up by the mic, and it's like, well. Oh god.
So yeah, once again, I'm. How does your mouse fall off? How is he?
The mouse fall off?
Thinking how he's like, yeah.
Unless like he has like a. Oh no, that's like failed.
Oh,
that's not full.
I know what you mean.
Oh god. So yeah, we have these 4 Void Rays coming across the map. Again, like there are plenty of queens, but they were all waiting in the main base. Still have the wardle down to the 3rd.
And it is not going to be easy on Erik whatsoever. The queens, there's a lot of them. They do have transfuse energy. They can soak up a lot of damage from these Void Rays, but they can't exactly dish them out either. Enough damage result, though, to the Void Rays that it forces a recall to go all the way back home. And Erik, he's surviving with his 3 bases. Not taking too much drone damage, not taking too much Overlord damage, and he's just content to make it to the next phase of the game.
Exactly.
Try to hit this timing. Boost Spine's on the way.
Exactly. We were talking about this next stage, which will be that Hydra push, and I'm just feeling a little bit concerned. Oh my god, all these firms! Oh god, no!
Will get cancelled just like so. Delays the 4th base, the 3rd base actually of Tailon by a long time. Even gets to delay right at the last minute. Very nice pickoff here for Erik.
And this Hydra push is really concerning because, again, you need to not just know it's coming, but also like have your defenses ready for it. You need like plenty of cannons and shield batteries to defend your natural or your 3rd base wherever the Hydras do hit. And I don't know if Tailon's gonna have that because the Hydras are already pushing out.
That they are not even with the muscular augments, just gonna be avoiding these Void Rays as much as they can. Worst case scenario, I imagine Tailon goes for a base trade. I mean, he's not gonna have the recall up for a little while longer.
Oh my god, and I was gonna say, like, sure, he can kill the 4th, but like he's gonna have to turn around immediately to defend. He doesn't even go for the 4th, he goes into the main where Spore's already and waiting.
Just like so. Decent micro coming out here from Tailon, gonna be pulling back his injured Void Rays, but now it's base trade time.
Oh god, and
not.
Exactly, he's turning around, he's coming back home. To be fair, Void Rays, you know, they're not as slow as they used to be, but so much damage is going to be done before they even get home. And even if they do get home, it's no guarantee that they're going to be able to defend.
Absolutely. Look at this ball of Void Rays here, Light. Or not Void Rays, sorry, Hydras here, Light. That's a lot of DPS they can do. Again, Groove Spines did finish up a little while ago. They have a lot of range behind them. +1 going to be finishing up pretty soon, as is Muscular Augment, so Erik is going to be able to micro them even better, and Tailon is aware of that. GG is called. Game number 1 is going to go to our Brazilian player, Prakinha.
Yeah, is that his name? Is that?
That's a unit in Civ.
There you go. GG.
GG.
Yeah, I was curious.
Replaces the Marine.
I had to double check something because I was curious if he's another Parker Mike, where his in-game name is Parker Mike, but his actual name isn't Parker or Mike. But I have confirmation his actual name is Erik, so yes, he has no imagination.
What?
His ID is just his name. It's just his.
I mean, that's kind of rich coming from you, Lloyd.
It's just his name.
Yeah. Like I was trying to make. Yeah, to be fair, at least you switched up yours a little bit.
I don't think outside of Korea, because obviously there are plenty of Koreans who just use their name. I don't know if they're
TY.
Yeah, MC. I don't think there are. Is there anyone in the foreign scene who's like that other than Erik?
Snoot. Juan is kind of the opposite. Switch it up a lot until finally settling on special for now. Jim Rising.
Oh, kind of true. Halfway, right?
He did switch it up a little bit.
Well, like he's Jim Rising. Like there's something else added to it.
It's like Jaime is gonna rise, but also he's casual, so he just calls him Jim.
I would also say say Jim Rising is just like Juggernaut Jason, where his name is Jason, but his ID is.
He put something. Yeah, he put something to make it a little more descriptive, right?
Sweeten the deal, you know.
It's like, I'm a juggernaut. I would like to imagine that it's actually a comma in between that. It's like juggernaut, comma, Jason. It's actually referring to two different things.
It's in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah. As I continue to think a little bit, Jim in China.
Oh, was that true though?
I don't know actually. He may or may not have an Anglicanized name. I don't know. In the top right hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the top right hand corner, the red Zerg player coming down from the land of Brazil. We have the red Zerg player, the return of the king. He is the Prakinha himself, representing himself. He is Erik.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Chilean Protoss player. He is blue, representing Unidos por el Vicio. It is Tailon.
So I looked this up. Jim's formal name is Chao Jinhui.
Yes.
That's kind of like Jim. But on the other side, you have XY. Same as Xiang Yao.
That's closer to it. Because I did also check it up in Jim's trivia. He named himself Jim from like Jim Raynor. Like that's nothing to do with his real name. But XY is closer to it. It's like a TY, you know. So okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Erik once again going for the same opener.
Is once again just trying to pull off this proxy hatch. We'll see if Tailon is more able to defend against this. I will say that Jagannatha, there's less room that he really needs to be able to defend, but at the same time, I think it is a little bit quicker for the Lynx to come across the map, and Tailon is aware. So he is very seriously pulling the probes.
Exactly. Like again, this wall is a lot more awkward, as you said. Like the Russians is shorter, so he's aware that he has to take this, or he has to deal with this a lot faster on this map as opposed to the previous one. Looking to try and take out this hatchery. This zealot is quite exposed, but again, a lot of probes to back it up.
Even takes out the not Zergling, the drone as well. That is not going to be making the same mistake twice here in a series. These zealots are not going to be chasing around anything for a while. And Erik kind of reevaluating.
Yeah, I love this. That like he didn't commit with the lings. Like he knew that nothing really could get done. Like he has full vision of this anyway with his overlord. So he's waiting for a more opportune moment to dive in. And behind this, he just takes a third.
Might as well, really. The fear has been put into Tailon. He is trying to go for a bit of counterattack now, which I kind of like.
Yeah,
that Erik won't have too much back at home after investing in that proxy.
And this is the problem, mate. He left everything exposed at home. He's forced to recall. The pilot's gonna go down and depower everything and delay Warpgate. Oh, this is never mind.
Warpgate actually gonna continue on thanks to that pylon. Tailon taking 10 steps ahead. But as you said, everything is so exposed right now. The Zerglings finish up their speed. Going to be delaying the pylon once again. Sure, Gateway's going to finish up, but he ain't going to be able to actually make use of that for quite some time. The Zealots getting very exposed now.
Exactly. You know what? There are nothing but links
streaming in.
And he's just all in now. Like, as in, there's nothing that Tailon could do. These are the only 2 units that he has. Everything else, all the production is depowered. Now he has 1 Zealot.
The Adept was killed a little earlier on. This is a bajillion IQ move coming out from Erik here. Like, GG is called. Erik is going to be taking that series 2-0. This really is Return to King. Honestly, a little bit of an odd choice to push out when he did of his own depth. I guess he just wanted to get some counter harass damage done. But again, knowing Jagannatha, knowing the wall is that wonky, it's definitely very much of a gamble that Tailon was making. He could have won that gamble, to be fair. But yeah, Erik, he was making sure that there was very little that was left to luck in the end over there.
Definitely. It's one of those things where I saw it happening as soon as Tailon made the decision to go across the map with his army. Because that overlord was above the wall, he's like, oh, there's literally nothing here. There's a huge gaping hole in your wall. You don't even have warp gate. You only have 1 pylon powering your 2 gateways. Like the links just flooded in, and Erik just had to hold down that Z key, and GG.
GG, it was a very masterful display of a little bit of positioning, I would say, from Erik, and also just, recognizing what his win condition was going to be. Very nice positioning coming out from him. By the way, not to go too off topic here, but I'm just remembering what you were talking about earlier on about names in the forward scene. Clement Desplantis.
There you go. Clementine.
Yeah. Clempora.